Hey guys,
Hi.
we're gonna be doing a draw our life.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just gonna do this. So first, I was the firstborn.
Yeah.
I was just like any ordinary baby, just a little baby,
Just a little baby.
curious about everything. Always, I was always curious about everything, thinking about stuff like, where am I? Or who am I? It was weird because I was always thinking about things.
Oh no.
I was always thinking about everything. Then, when I was about 6 years old, we were having a party.
Yeah, we were having he was having a party.
At about 5 years old.
You said when you were
So, yeah, about 6, but 5 years old.
Yeah.
Then, later on, something bad happened. I was going to go and play with the dogs, and then we have these big boulders outside. And then the ball rolled into the ball rolled into the big boulders.
Daddy told me about this.
At about that time, I thought, I'm gonna go and get it. I thought I should go and get it. So, I went in to go and get the ball. And how I did it was, I went in head first. So I had no idea where I was. Later on, I was shouting for help. My head got stuck.
Yeah.
Got so stuck I couldn't even take my head out. So later, my mom had to get me out. And that's one story. Later on, well, way before that, at about 4 years old, I was having a brother. I had no idea what I was getting into. But later on, something terrible happened. My brother was very ill and couldn't come to the house for almost a whole year. So I was home playing with my toys, but later I heard he just got out of the hospital, which was weird because I'd never had a brother before. So.
And he was 7 when he was 9 when that happened.
No. No. At about 4. Yeah, I heard I was having a brother.
He read it.
It was crazy because I had never had a brother before. So it was weird. I was thinking, what's his name? Who is he? Is it a boy? But it was very weird. So, at about 5 years old, well, at 4 years old, at 5 years old, I had a 2-year-old brother. And he was always crying and shouting and always getting mad. Not saying I didn't, but he would always get mad, and I'm not trying to be mean, but it always hurt my ears. And no, it did. And I would just, it was so annoying. At about 6 years old, for me, at about 6 years old, Luca got most of the attention. My dad and mom gave him so much attention. I just had to play by myself. And it felt like Luca wasn't with me because it felt like he wasn't born, and I always got mad because he would always be getting the attention. Yeah. And yeah, not saying I didn't, but I used to always get the attention, and I felt like I was being left out. Until we were Luca was about 6 years old, when Luca turned about 6 years old, he got his, well, when he was about 6 years old, me and him lost most of the attention. Huh? Yeah, and yeah, got that. And it took time for Luca to start slipping in. So, wait a moment, we gotta go find him. The day when I was 6, I was in kindergarten. Yeah, he got into kindergarten. I used to always be good. But the day when I got home, my brother, he was bad. I was like, why did my brother be bad? So, yeah. Think I'd always be good. But in my book, my agenda book in school, I got so many deltas. I'd go in my room and start crying because Luca would Luca would get prizes or stuff like that if he were good. Until one of the weeks when he got back from school, yeah. So when one of the weeks he got back from in kindergarten, something happened. I was bad. Because I wish that this would happen because I was so bad in kinder and he was in pre-K that I wish that this would happen for him to be bad in kinder because I wanted revenge. Yeah. And I was always good at this. Yeah. I'm like 8 weeks after that. I went to school. I was a leader. Back on my side. In third, I got something called the ham test. I was so excited. Because the day the reports for the your test scores, I passed. I was actually pretty good in 4th grade. Yeah, and in ham, no, in you were in kinder when I was in 3rd. Yeah, but in 4th grade, ham started, where I did all these complicated things like 107 times 19. I bet you can't even answer that. It's not. It's nowhere near that. And to this day, I'm actually doing kind of bad in ham. I've been getting 70s, 50s, kind of 90s, 80s, but I haven't gotten a 100. Not in a long time. And I heard that on the first day of ham, when I was listening, I heard her say, if you feel overwhelmed with with our first homework, then you shouldn't be in this class. And guess what happened? I was very overwhelmed. I gave her the paper and I didn't want to remember it ever since. But I'm still in 4th grade, and every time I remember that one sentence that she said, I got very scared about my grades. That's why I've been getting grades like that, that, and that.
Instead of 100, or never 100.
Not never, only barely. And I got very scared after that day. I thought that if I ever got 100, my parents should reward me, because I barely got any 100s. One day, it was the GT test, meaning gifted and talented. I don't know if you guys do this in school, but I did. I wanted this test because I thought I'd get so much better at math, but when I heard the test scores, when I saw my test score, something happened. I never wanted to do the GT test ever again. That is not true. I'd push away every test I'd push away every GT test that was ever given to me. I wouldn't even let my mom re-sign me in. So, and that's why I hate GT.
And
So, yeah.
this is a sad thing. When I was first grade, being bad, I said like, you know what I mean now.
Yeah.
I said like, I don't. I said.
You know, you can just say it.
Yeah. I said I don't like my teacher. I like my teacher because my teacher kind of mean. I didn't really like that face. I was like, why does she have that face? She had sad face. So I was always like that. She was so not happy. She was like, that is like the best thing. Now for Kevin's turn.
So, once I heard that he was being good, I was so happy for him.
Yeah, he was so happy. You can't imagine that face.
I was so happy. I'd say, awesome, every time he told me he was good.
Just like
And ever since he was bad, I was thinking, it's kind of weird that he hasn't been bad in a while.
know something. He didn't know something at all. He didn't know something at all.
And it's been kind of weird lately because ever since he hasn't been bad, I've been getting bad scores in school. It was weird because I didn't understand why. I I was getting bad grades till I understood it was my friend Luke. Well, we'll just call him Luke. Kind of forgot his name. It was him. Every time he asked to play with me, I'd only play with him sometimes, but every time he asked to play with me, I'd give him a stern kind of look. Almost sometimes. But I figured out it was him because he would always tell me about stuff like Pokemon and stuff like that'd get my head thinking about Pokemon. He even got me back into Pokemon, and I hated it for a while. But I've been thinking it is kind of his fault. Since I got into Pokemon, my grades have kind of been getting low. But when I started doubting him, I would always think I was kind of wrong. It wasn't all his fault. It was
Your fault.
me? No. It wasn't me. It was the fact that people talked about Fortnite. Our whole school, almost every boy was talking about Fortnite. Everybody, like almost every boy in my class would talk about Fortnite. All it was Fortnite. And someone's art piece was even a Fortnite their art piece was even a Fortnite thing. It was saying Battle Royale. It was saying stuff like let's see. It said stuff like Battle Royale. It'd say stuff like Victory Royale. It'd say stuff. It was all based off of Fortnite. I figured out I need to forget about Fortnite. Fortnite is just rotting my brain. And that's basically today. Today, right now, we're drawing our life. So that's basically it, guys. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like it. Like, subscribe,